Good morning. Many of us are lucky enough to have had friends in our lives that had our back from time to time. A few years ago, I was putting my car in the shop down at Choice Auto, which was down close to Chrissy Cookie downtown. A good friend of mine, Wayne Woke, has been there for years at that location. Has now moved after the tornado. But one day I pulled in there to put my car in, and right behind me, this guy whipped in right behind me with a real case of road rage. I didn't know what I'd done, but this guy was just going off. Well, I did what I thought was appropriate at that time and positioned myself where it would be very difficult for him to open the door to get out. And where I could see into his car, where I could keep my eyes on his hands and what he was up to. And he kept running his mouth, and I kept saying, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry." And eventually he looked at me and he said, "You know, you're worse than my dad." Put it in reverse and scratched out, went off and took off down the road. I turned around to go into the shop, and when I turned around, I realized that Wayne was standing there right behind me. Wayne had my back. He was ready to get involved if he needed to help me in that situation. You know, it's great to have people that have your back. I was fishing one time up off of Cape Cod with a friend of mine that lives up there, keeps his boat there, and we went down to Plymouth for lunch and got out, and Plymouth Rock's laying there, and had the kids with us. I showed them Plymouth Rock. I'd seen it as a kid, and as an adult, it really wasn't that impressive. It's not that big of a rock, what you see above the ground. But it stands there and has stood there as a rock, as Plymouth Rock, since 1620, 400 years it's been standing there, not moved, standing firm as a monument to when the Pilgrims landed on this continent. Many of us are familiar with the Rock of Gibraltar. We've seen it in, I believe it's Prudential Insurance Company ads with this big jagged rock standing there, the Rock of Gibraltar, a symbol of strength, a symbol of something that can't be moved, a symbol of something that's always going to be there. And that's what the insurance company sold as a marketing idea of their policies for years. I look at deeds in the mountains all the time, and some of them have been recorded 100 years back. You can go back and read, and many of them point to the big rock in the bend of the creek, or the big rock at the top of the ridge or somewhere. Rocks are used as points of references because they don't move. They're strong. They're there all the time. I want to read from the 18th Psalm this morning. Psalms 18, first 3 verses. Psalms 18, verse 1. I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I am saved from my enemies. We have such a blessing to have a Lord who is our rock, who never moves, who's strong and stands firm and is consistent and always has our back. Be safe. Stay well out there.